Well, as we all know, the sport of ice hockey has grown exponentially in the St. Louis area over the last few decades. Our next honorees have witnessed and been a significant part of that growth in their family since the beginning. That's the late Roy Weaver. Our friend left us in 2009, but was the hard-to-not-like gentleman who gave the hockey bug to his entire family. Roy played the game for many years. He started the Learn to Play program at what was then the new Granite City Ice Rink, and he co-founded the Hockey Association in Granite City as well. He was a longtime member of the NHL off-ice officials crew that worked Blues games, and his dedication to the sport landed him posthumously in the St. Louis Amateur Hockey Hall of Fame in 2011. And he sat next to yours truly. Yes, that's me with the used car salesman mustache back at the old arena in 1987 when I got started working those games. Yikes. Whew. Don't remember that guy. Sons Larry, Lon, and Tim have all been players and NHL off-ice officials as well. Larry was also commissioner of Missouri Amateur Hockey for a time. Roy's grandson and Larry's son, Nathan, has also played the sport and is now the third-generation Weaver to serve the NHL as an off-ice official. Please read the full Weaver amazing dedication to hockey story in tonight's program. With your applause, please welcome hockey's Weaver family into the St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame. This is Larry, that's Lon, that's Tim, and that's Nathan over there. And it will be my pleasure to chat with my friends here tonight. Larry, I'm going to go over this way. Tell us about your dad. He was just a great guy.
Yeah, he was. He never met anybody he didn't like. He especially got along with the tough guys in the league.
Yeah, I was going to say, Bob Probert, who many of you remember as the toughest guy in the league back in the day, he would come occasionally and sit in the penalty box, and that's where I used to work back in those days. And if Roy didn't come out with a joke within the first 30 seconds he was in there, Probert would say, "What, no joke tonight?" And Roy would come up with some.
Yeah, if he didn't catch him in the penalty box, we'd be waiting by the locker room for him after the game.
Well, Larry, your experience with your dad is a great one. I'm going to come back and talk to Lon. You got a Roy story or two, I'm sure.
Oh, I have a lot of them. He told a joke a lot better than you did. So.
He told a joke better than me. Thank you, pal.
Now, one of the stories I remember, what Larry has touched on, you touched on, is his rapport with the bad guys and in the box and also in the locker room. One night, I guess Dad was about 80 maybe at the time. One of the tough guys, Joe Koser, came into the box. And he was looking around and seeing who he could see. He's always in the box in St. Louis. But he took a look down a ways, down the desk there, saw you, and then he saw my dad, Roy, and said, "Damn, Roy, are you still alive?" Yeah, he got along with everybody, even back in the days. The old barn with Ron Flockhart, he taught him how to tie his tie.
How good a player was he?
He was a real good player. He played left wing all the time. He didn't score a whole lot, but he scored his share. But he was a great father, of course, but good role model, and I learned a lot about hockey from him.
Let me talk to Tim here for a minute. How did you think he translated or passed along the hockey bug to all you guys?
Well, he was just a great ambassador for the game of hockey, amateur hockey, and to the NHL. I remember when I was a kid, my dad received 2 tickets from a client to go to a St. Louis Hawks game of the NBA. He sold the tickets. We went to the St. Louis Braves game, the minor league team of the Blackhawks at the time. And that's where my love of hockey began.
So, he started that program at Granite City. How many kids do you think have gone through that program over time? Any wild guesses?
Oh, I know this guy here, all of us, I went through it. There's probably thousands of kids.
Yeah.
It's really growing over there.
All right, let me talk to Nathan for a minute. So you're one of the products of that program, but you played some pretty serious hockey in your day.
Yeah, a little bit. Just some.
St. Louis U Club hockey, right?
Yeah, St. Louis U Club Hockey, Division I club. Yeah.
So Grandpa, tell us about him in your mind.
He was just. He loved his grandchildren. He was dedicated. He was always there. We could be playing hockey in Springfield, and him and my grandmother would show up on their motorcycle to come watch us play, and then they'd drive back down to South County and see the cousins play soccer or golf, and come back over to Granite City and for a swim or dive meet, and he was just very dedicated to his grandkids.
Remember any of his corny jokes?
No.
I wouldn't ask you to do that. No, most of them you couldn't tell in private or a public company anyway. So Larry, you've got these guys here behind you and a great legacy of your family. What does this Hall of Fame honor mean to you and the bunch?
Well, it's very, very grateful. We're very, very grateful for this honor. It's we all play the game and worked at the game because we loved it and didn't really expect anything out of it. But it's really nice to know that people do appreciate you.
Yeah, and Nathan, back to you for a second. You guys all work these NHL games. What keeps you coming back? Besides me.
It's you. Yeah. No, the camaraderie. We've got a great group of guys that we work with. Everybody's, nice and friendly, and we all get along. And we've got a table back there of guys from our crew, and it's just it's a great sport to watch. And
I said at the beginning of my piece there that hockey has come a long way over the last several decades. And you guys have all been around to see it. It's great to see some of the St. Louis kids now making an impact in professional hockey.
absolutely. And
Play against any of those guys?
I played against some of the pro players. Yeah, some of the guys that were in the NHL when I was growing up. But Darian Hatcher, Nick Nemenko, a couple other guys that played in the NHL. Yep.
But it's great to see that the young people and dedication that you guys have had and many others toward the sport have helped young people now from St. Louis make an impact in pro hockey. Ladies and gentlemen, the tremendously dedicated to hockey Weaver family, the new induction into the St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame. Let's hear it for them. You want to do it? Go ahead.